With all kinds of people still in here.
I still have Google Maps pulled up to her address. Let's see.
Did she go to school today?
No.
No, okay.
She was supposed to. She was dropped off close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way because she was embarrassed by his car.
Okay.
Which is normal for her to ask to be.
It's an image thing.
Right.
But she never made it. I went to the school to pick her up at the end of the day, and she never came outside. I drove away thinking maybe she walked to my mom's office because sometimes she'll do that if I can't pick her up. And my mom's office is less than, what would you say, half a mile away?
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
Something like that.
She would get there, school ends at 4:04, she would get there by 4:35 the latest. She never got there by 4:35. I started driving around. I went back to the school was closed.
I mean, the most extreme, she could maybe walk to her grandma's house, but that's a lot further.
When the school was closed, I realized something was wrong. I called and I said, hey, did you see Maddie today? Or is she with you? Because I can't find her. And she said, no, she never made it to first or second period. And I said, what do you mean? I dropped her off at school. And she's like, she never made it to school. And I said, can you please check with the rest of your friends, see if she made it to any of her other periods? At this point, I messaged her teachers directly, and I asked if any of them saw her. 2 of them responded to me. 1 of them told me she didn't make it to his period, and he also checked her attendance for the rest of the day. She never made it to any of her periods. This is when I knew something was truly wrong, because she was dropped off by him close to the school. She should have made it to school. At that point, that's when I called 911. This was around 4:35, 4:40. Police did not show up till 7:30, I want to say.
Up in Orange County?
Up in Orange County.
Okay.
And then at that point, that's when all the questions started happening. And then he took them to where he dropped her off. Someone in an outfit she was wearing sit in their parking lot for a little bit, like take a break from her walk, because she was early for school, and then get up and then leave towards the school. That's as far as I know.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Were you able to find his address?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I know you guys got a lot going on. Did she take her school laptop with her?
She did.
She did. They already tried to track it, but unfortunately the unit is completely powered off.
Oh,
It's
okay.
completely offline. According to them, they were unable to do anything with it.
Okay. She doesn't have any other kind of technology that you guys could track. I'm sure you guys already checked
text,
that.
no nothing.
Yeah.
She
Normally
accidentally,
she has her phone, but she left it at home today.
and that is normal for her. She's got ADHD. She's very forgetful.
Okay.
I always have to remind her.
We're kind of forgetful too sometimes.
We made these posters if you want them. This is what you're looking for.
Okay. Would you be able to text that to my phone? Which one is the best recent picture?
The most recent was this one.
Okay. Do you wanna?
They're all very much hurt.
Okay.
Yes, I'm currently with Kissimmee PD. They came to the house real quick, and they're asking me about the text message where she said she wanted to run away to the woods. Do you remember who she texted that to, and like what day, so I can show them that? Well, see, when I went to what I thought Tall Goblin, February 2nd, where she said, what did she say? Where she talked about, like, me acting up and that she don't want to live with me, or that I said something about kicking her out before she turned 18, or when she turned 18. It doesn't say, it doesn't talk about her running away into the woods.
Hey, what?
Where did she say that? Did she ever say that?
In front of Home Depot. Oh. And log out Florida Tech from as well. That one? It'll be 0028 Alpha Yankee. Florida Tech. It'll be a white minivan.
Oh, okay. 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 I'll let him know.
Apologies.
No, that was it. Okay. So what she had said was to say that reiterated this to us was that once she had said she wanted, wouldn't it be fun to go camping in the woods and do a bonfire? So that's what she mentioned about being in the woods. Not that she wanted to run away and live in the woods.
That's different.
Yeah, that's not running away.
And then with her text, pull up her text again. Have you guys checked her recently deleted text?
I don't know how to do that.
So
Teach me, please.
go back, I believe, edit, show recently deleted. So 6 days, 6 days, and 10. And you could just click on whatever, and you can click recover and look through whatever they are. Those are all 6 days ago. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, I mean,
Looks like they're.
if I do that, is it gonna get lost in the mix with her other messages, or is it gonna show me individual like?
I'm not sure.
You
I
could probably
actually
just
haven't.
shuffle it back into the list of messages.
Let's try this one because
So-
we don't know who this person is.
Okay.
Yeah, try that one. Click recover.
Cover message.
So then go back. And you click done. And then
Remember you don't recognize?
That's it 6 days ago. It's not there. What was 6 days ago? What day of the week?
Is that it there?
This one? That's more than.
No? No, 2 weeks now?
Okay. So weird.
Go ahead.
I think this was the number. I'm not too sure.
I think it was.
But it was
I
just.
think it looked like it, but it said that there was only one
I
message.
saw that there was a 7 in it, so.
No, so I don't know.
Who's the other one? Tall Goblin? This one?
Yeah.
Or was it the one with the S? Don't.
I will.
So that's Tall Goblins with the S. So when was Friday?
Is that a group chat? That does seem like a group chat, yeah.
Yeah.
She went to a lot of group chats, I think. As soon as she came in.
So when 6 days ago, I don't know what to say. 6 days ago. 6 days ago. What was it?
So just goofy shit.
The 21st.
Yeah.
19. 20. Wednesday. So we'll look between Wednesday and the 20th. Wednesday. No, it's the 20th. I don't see anything in there.
See, I must need stuff for meeting and stuff.
Yeah.
That's all
Okay.
she uses it for.
Yeah. I know the other officer already came here and looked inside, right? Do you guys mind if I go back in and walk through with you guys?
Go for it. Okay.
You guys want to show me the way? Okay.
And the silver Lincoln is mine. Well, it's actually my parents', but I'm driving the car right now. It's in better condition.
This is the one that she said she doesn't like to ride in?
Yeah, this is the one she was embarrassed to get dropped off in. So
Okay.
I was that age. I understood.
I got you.
Forgive the donut there. I got a flat tire earlier this
That's
afternoon.
fine. We might want to put some and cover the firearm in there. Someone will steal that, man.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I stuck it there when I was changing the tire.
I got you, yes.
Thank you for pointing that out.
A lot of people, they look in cars, if they see that, they'll
Yeah.
smash that back window and
Yeah, I have
take
my
it.
concealed carry, so
Yeah,
thank you
good for
pointing
you.
that out. I appreciate it.
Are these all the cars?
I believe there's this Madeline car.
This one?
Do you save pictures to your Google account?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Or is it automatically? I know sometimes phones sync to a cloud and...
Yeah, I think it backs up to Google.
And then sometimes when you reset your phone and your phone updates and puts these apps back on your phone, sometimes they will put the images back on your phone.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you have
Oh, I assume so.
any pictures of you? And
Probably. I mean, we went to Disney, took selfies on the train. She got back from Puerto Rico and had her hair braided. We got pictures of that. All sorts of pictures. Family events. I'm not as much of a shutterbug. I take them every once in a while.
Any other pictures that you think of? Here's where I'm going to be brutally honest with you. There's your phone. And I'm pretty sure you know what some of those pictures are about. You're a very intelligent person. And I don't want you to discredit yourself by saying you don't know about all the pictures that are on your phone. You understand what I'm saying? So do you want to add to the list of pictures?
Should I be talking with a lawyer right now?
I can't answer that question. My sole purpose right now is to see if I can find, and I'm really hoping you can help me.
Okay. Well, I'd like to try to help, but I feel like I should probably have a lawyer present at this point.
So you're wanting an attorney?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. That can happen. I want to let you know you're not free to leave.
Okay.
You're being detained, okay? Do you want to know what you're being detained for?
Yeah.
Capital sexual battery and possession of child pornography. Okay. So we're going to step out. If you need anything, please tap on this door. Okay? And there's going to be detectives outside that will be able to assist you.
Okay.
Well, good luck to you, Mr. Is it Sterns?
Yeah.
Stern.
Told me you. My name's Kevin. I work for the Orange County Sheriff's Office. I need Matt, Detective Smallwood from CSAM. The goal, obviously, Kissimmee Police Department's doing most of this investigation. We're at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Our people, we have resources out there, obviously doing active. So it's kind of a joint effort. So Detective Smallwood is kind of ready to read through the timeline of everything else. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to go from there. All right.
You want me to go through the whole timeline?
Yeah,
Is that what
we'll start with Sunday. Take me through Sunday.
Okay. Sunday. Do you guys have tissue?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, grab some. So actual tissues?
That'll work.
I can give you this whole roll.
So Sunday, birthday party. She spent the whole day at my mom's house. They celebrated with the whole family. I was at work. I just started a new job last week or the week before.
Okay. Where's that at?
Walt Disney World at Coronado Springs, front desk concierge.
Okay.
I was finishing up my last day of, no, it wasn't even my last day of training. I was still in the middle of training. Sunday in the middle of training, I couldn't miss to go to her birthday party. So I went to work. I was with my family all day. She had the best day. She was so happy when I got home and I saw her.
That's what frustrates me. 8 hours. It took us 8 hours.
8 hours for what?
The school didn't notify. She'd never.
What is the procedure for
So
school?
I'm not typically, from what I know with Orange County Public Schools, and again, I can't really speak on their procedures because we don't work for them. But it was my understanding that they typically send out like text to parents or something.
At least something or a phone call.
Yeah,
Hey, your kid is not here the first period.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell us that she's sick?
Yeah, that's something
That's the first
you
thing we
should
do,
bring
right?
up to them, and I don't know if it's an automated system or how that works and how the text messages go out or what Jen may have set up with them. If it, like, I don't know if some people can choose email, some people choose phone calls, some people choose text. But unfortunately, we can't speak on Orange County Public Schools.
Yeah.
I just know that typically,
We gotta find out.
like I was just speaking to another parent reference a situation like this, and they got text messages from them.
My thought process is 8 hours.
Yeah.
She's in Georgia
Yeah.
already. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But she's
Yeah.
at the port.
Right. Right.
This is the way that I think.
Yeah. Do you guys know anything she would have been upset about or anything?
No, Sunday she had a great birthday. She was
Had a
happy.
great birthday.
Like, she got a whole bunch of gifts. She had a lot of money. She didn't take any money with her.
Right.
Like,
She
if she was
spent time
like,
with me on
trying to
Saturday.
run away.
Yeah.
We were cleaning the backyard, our poop.
Yeah,
Right.
We were, I have a van that travel. It's right in
Right.
front to check that I was ready.
Yeah.
We were working on that, doing little things in there.
Yeah.
And then she helped me with the front yard, cleaning up. She's like that with me. We'll
Yeah.
do things. And then I took her to Burger King for a Whopper.
At my house around 8:30 that night. I wasn't home. She got dropped off alone. About 10 to 15 minutes later, Stephan showed up
At your house in Kissimmee.
at my house in Kissimmee. He called me, or he texted me. I don't remember, but he let me know he was there, and that she was getting ready for bed. She was doing her routine, so she took her nighttime meds, and she got in the shower to get ready for bed.
What meds? What does she take?
She takes hydroxyzine.
Okay. What is it for?
It's for anxiety and for sleep.
Okay.
Now, could she take that by herself, or would he have given that to her?
I think she took it by herself. She got home and she had already taken it.
How do you know that?
That's what he told me.
That's what he told you. Okay.
He was there when you got home? You got home, they were already at the apartment? Okay.
I don't like her taking her meds without somebody visually watching her, because I don't want her to accidentally grab the wrong pill. She's comfortable enough to grab the pill by, but I'm like, no, I need to watch you take them.
Has there ever been an issue with that in the past, where she took too many or took the wrong thing? Or
No.
just like a thought in your mind?
No, just a thought in my mind, just me being hypervigilant.
I made good time. I wasn't paying attention to the clock.
Okay. Did Madeline ever have like effects from taking the hydroxyzine in the morning? Like still be kind of sluggish?
Yes.
How often would that occur? Was that like every morning or not every morning?
Not every morning. If we happen to give her medication later than normal than routine, that would happen. But
Okay. And were there ever any instances where she had taken too much of the medicine? Perhaps you and Stephan had given her medicine, not knowing that the other person had?
yes, that's happened once
How
before.
Just once or more?
I want to say one.
Okay. Were you taking medicinal marijuana in pill form at any point, or THC?
Yes.
And what do those pills or tablets or capsules look like?
They're purple capsules.
Did you ever suspect or confront Stephan about giving those medications to Madeline?
No.
So during this incident where Madeline had been double dosed with hydroxyzine, do you recall any conversation you had with Stephan and inquiring as to whether or not he had accidentally given her any of your THC?
That hadn't occurred to me. I had asked him the one morning Maddie wouldn't wake up and get ready for school, and she was just out of it. I assumed it was medication related.
Okay.
But I didn't I'm like, did this one medication hit her too hard because we gave it to her late? I called poison control. I needed to see what would happen. Because at this point, I think I had gotten Stephan to admit that he gave her a second dose of the sleeping meds as well, because he thought I had given it to her in the first place.
Okay.
But that was with hydroxyzine. I didn't know anything about THC, the marijuana.
I'm just asking you.
Oh.
I'm asking if you remember having that conversation, because there is a conversation on your phone about you were relaying that Madeline said that she suspected that it was different, bigger pills, and you relayed that to Stephan and had a conversation with him. And if you don't remember it because it was a year ago, that's fine. My next question.
It's me being hypervigilant. I want to physically watch her take her meds and watch her grab 2, take them. I don't ever want there to be an accident of she took too many, or she took. My biggest fear is that she would take Adderall by accident, her daytime meds.
Got it.
I got home around 10:30. I started getting ready for bed myself. I started eating and taking my meds because I have to take meds. When I went to take my meds, I realized, oh my God, I forgot to take my Saturday night's meds, which is why I felt so weird and so abnormal and not myself Sunday while I was at work. Everyone at work noticed I was acting different and not being myself. Like, I couldn't smile in front of the guests. I felt this wave of depression that I haven't felt in years. It was my bipolar symptoms coming up again that I've been medicating myself for all this time. I realized I forgot to take my meds, and I said, you guys, I need a good night's sleep. I need to take my meds. I sent them to sleep upstairs in the guest bedroom so that I could get a good night's sleep. Suggested that we all sleep together in the same bed together, but not the easiest person to sleep with. She rolls around, she punches, she kicks. We have a king size bed, and she typically sleeps on one side, and she'll end up on my side when we wake up.
Okay.
So I asked her, I'm like, no, please, I need a good night's sleep. If you guys can go upstairs and let me sleep. I had asked Stephan to take her to school in the morning.
We'll go to Sunday. So Sunday you took your meds. What meds, if you don't mind me asking, what meds do you take? And like, how does it put you to sleep deep? Does it help you fall asleep, or does it help regulate you? What kind of happens when you take the meds?
So they do all of the above. They make me sleepy. They help me stay asleep, and they help me function. So I'm stable all day. They only work well if I've got a good night's sleep and if I've eaten with them the night before when I take them, or the night I take them. The medication is called Geodon. Generic brand is called Ziprazidone. I took my meds, and then I told them to start getting ready for bed, to start heading upstairs and get ready, because it was already almost 11 o'clock. It's past her bedtime. She needs to go to sleep. So I sent them upstairs. I think he may have come down at one point to pee before bed, and then he went back upstairs. He uses my restroom because the roommates upstairs don't want to share a restroom with a male.
Okay.
Yeah, so he uses my restroom.
When she got home, what did you do when you got home?
¿Qué hago cuando llego a casa?
Esa noche que hiciste cuando llegaste.
Ok, esa noche.
That night, right?
Yo entré a mi cuarto, pues yo me cambio, me uniforme y me duché y luego me acosté a dormir.
And she went to bed.
Okay. What time do you think you went to bed? And
¿Qué hora piensas que se
2:30, pero yo no me duermo de una vez. O sea, como 2:30 1.
2:30 de la mañana? Around 2:30 in the morning.
Okay. What time do you think you heard these noises coming from Stephan's room?
Todo ese tiempo que yo estaba por dormirme.
Okay. So, desde que llegaste, solo cuando estabas ya para dormirte.
No, desde que llegué.
Desde que llegaste.
Sí.
Okay. So she's saying from the time she got home, I had her clarify to about the time she fell asleep.
Yo escuchaba, sí, yo escuché, desde que llegué yo escuchaba sonidos.
She was hearing noises.
All right, so she gets home around 11:30, and you go upstairs and you're hearing noises then coming from his room.
Sí, de ese cuarto, sí, de
Okay,
ese cuarto.
were the noises consistent until you went to sleep, or did they stop at one point?
Que los sonidos que estabas oyendo, que desde que llegaste, los sonidos eran consistentes o pararon en algún momento?
Consistentes hasta que yo pues me dormí.
They were consistent until she fell asleep.
Okay. What do you think the noises were?
¿Qué piensa que los sonidos eran?
Como te he dicho en toda oportunidad, eran como poner objetos. O sea, siempre fue ese mismo sonido.
It just sounded like items were being like put down or placed.
Did she ever hear those noises in the past coming from his room?
¿Pasado? ¿Oíste eso?
A veces sí.
Sí, sometimes.
You're fine. Sunday night he came downstairs, maybe overnight to use the restroom.
Yeah, and then he went back upstairs and they went to sleep. Or where I think they went to sleep.
Okay.
I don't know. I went to sleep. I was woken up at some time. For the longest time I've been saying he woke me up at 8 o'clock in the morning because I assumed he was taking her to school and getting ready for school. But in reality, I don't know what time he woke me up. The sun was out a little bit, it was still a little dark. And I was very sleepy when I got up. I was kind of drunk. But he came in to walk the dog, to put the leash on the dog and walk him.
Was the dog in the room with you?
Yes.
So did he wake you up on purpose, or was it just kind of like the causation of him opening the door and you realizing somebody was there?
Yeah, the causation of him putting the leash on the dog, because the way the dog reacted, he gets very nervous and will urinate if you put the leash on him too directly. You have to like be nice and talk to him. Yeah, he's very he's a nervous dog, yeah. So I got up to try to help him and he said, no, go back to sleep. I'm fine, I got this. And I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. So I laid back down and went to sleep. I heard noise in the kitchen, but I'm not sure who it could have been. Getting ready, but it could have been Stephan, it could have been any of my roommates. I fell asleep again, and I didn't wake up, I think, until 9 o'clock in the morning.
Morning when you wake up, you said you are adamant that you got to leave by 7:45.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your routine, I know there's a bathroom upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's necessarily attached to your room, right? You got to come out of your bedroom to go to the bathroom?
No, it's inside.
And, okay, so yours is
It's
inside.
a master.
Got it. Okay. So your routine is get up, you do whatever in the bathroom, come out, get changed, get your son ready, and you guys go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, when you go and you're leaving your bedroom, did you see anybody that morning?
No.
Okay. Did you hear anybody that morning?
No.
Okay. When you were coming out of your room, you have to pass bedrooms 3 and 4. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Were either of their doors open?
No.
So they were closed, or you don't know?
They were closed.
Okay. When you walked downstairs and you were going out to leave, was Jen's dog wandering around anywhere?
Jen's dog is typically sleeping next to the couch.
Okay.
But I don't remember seeing him.
Okay.
I usually see him on the couch. So if I tell you I saw, it's because I typically see him on the couch. But I can't really say if I remember seeing him.
Now, when you leave, do you remember if Jen's door was open or closed?
Her door's always closed, like with this much of space, so that the cat can come out.
Okay. Do you happen to look, be nosy or whatever it may be, and you look towards that to see if the door is open, or could you see anybody inside, hear anybody inside?
No, it was like any other morning.
Okay.
And I just
leave. Okay. And how confident are you that you left around 7:45 that morning?
I have a meeting first thing in the morning on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning.
Did you ever leave the bedroom in that time frame?
No.
So he came in, you were kind of awoken up based on him interacting with the dog, but you stayed in bed, you didn't leave the bedroom. So if you woke up at like 9, so you never...
That morning.
Monday morning.
No.
So the last time you would have been Sunday evening?
Sunday.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I want to see her. Yeah.
Take a minute, okay? While you take a minute, I was going to ask you earlier, has anybody reached out to you during the time that you've been investigating this to talk about that or anything else? Negative, positive, neutral?
My best friends have all been in contact with me, just to try to help me. There's like, setting up Facebook groups, flyers.
No negative interactions with the public or anything? Nobody's like reached out with tips or accusations or anything like that?
Not that I've seen. I've been avoiding social media because my family's telling me to not go on.
Would you be okay with our digital people looking at your phone to verify there's no stuff coming into socials, texts, things like that?
That's fine.
Do you have the phone?
Yeah.
What they'll do is they'll plug it in, they'll do a forensic download of it so they have the data. That way they can go through it and say, we did receive things, we didn't receive things, here's the communications in and out, things like that, so we can verify that for you.
That's fine.
Do you have a password on it?
030288.
030288.
Is that a birthday?
My birthday.
It's your birthday?
Yeah.
My birthday's tomorrow. Right.
Today's the 1st. I didn't even know. This is like the first. This is the worst birthday ever.
That way they can get that going so we can get it back to you before we're out of here. We don't keep it from you.
That was okay.
So you said about 9 o'clock on Monday you wake up?
Yeah. I wake up. I have a doctor's appointment. I leave sometime between 9:30 and 9:45. And I head over there. It's blood work appointment. The appointment's for 10:15, but they take a while to see me.
Where was your appointment at?
LabCorp. And do you want me to tell you exactly which one?
Sure.
Oh wait, I have it on my phone.
No. When we get it back, we'll go back to it.
It's, if you need to Google it, it's the LabCorp across the street from the Loop in Kissimmee.
Okay, by the Loop, got it.
Time Monday did she leave the house? Did you leave the house?
I'm sorry.
¿Qué hora el lunes tú te fuiste a la casa?
Bueno, toda la mañana estuve yo con Stephan acá.
¿Con quién?
Con Stephan.
¿Tú estuviste?
¿Se dice en inglés Stephen?
Sí.
Ok. Yo me desperté como a las 9:30, 10 de la mañana.
El lunes.
El lunes.
Okay.
Y él estuvo aquí toda la mañana.
So she woke up around 9:30, close to 10 o'clock in the morning, and Stephen was already in here. ¿A qué hora fue eso?
Me desperté como a las 9:30.
9:30. ¿Y tú viste a Stephen adentro?
Sí. Mira, bajé, desayuné, él estaba ahí. Después subí a mi habitación y bueno, después bajé a almorzar, a prepararme mi comida para el almuerzo. Él estaba ahí.
So she's saying she woke up approximately 9:30 in the morning. She came down. She saw Stephen there. She made herself breakfast. She got ready. She went back upstairs. And then she came back downstairs for lunch, and he was still there.
Okay, how confident are you about this 9:30 time frame?
¿Cuánto cierto estás que fue como a esa hora, como a las 9 de la mañana, 9:30 de la mañana? ¿Estás segura que fue a esa hora?
Segura no, porque la verdad yo no tengo el tiempo, no tengo como el tiempo
pero cuando
de que yo me despierte. Sí, como...
Entonces podía ser antes, podía ser después.
No, por eso te digo, aproximadamente como de 9:30 a 10. Y yo tomé mi desayuno como a las 10:30, 11.
Cuando tú tomaste el desayuno a las 10:30, 11, ¿tuviste el reloj? No sé.
Sí, yo estoy pendiente de mi reloj por mi trabajo. Tengo que alistarme, todo.
¿Ya viste el reloj en el teléfono?
Sí, yo estaba pendiente.
So she says it was approximately 9:30 when she got up. And then she says that around 10:30 in the morning when she was making herself breakfast, she was already doing things for work on her phone, so she saw the time. ¿Y tú viste a Stephen a esa hora?
Sí.
¿El lunes?
Sí.
So she says she saw Stephen, around that time.
Around the 10:30 time frame.
Como a las 10:30.
Sí.
Pero también dijiste que cuando te despertaste a las 9:30, 10, también lo viste.
Sí.
¿Y él estuvo aquí abajo?
Sí.
So she says that when she woke up at approximately...
Bueno, subía, bajaba, salía, volvía a entrar.
Okay, so when she woke up at approximately 9:30, she saw him downstairs, but he was going upstairs, downstairs, in and out of the apartment.
What was his demeanor like? Was he acting different or the same?
¿Cómo era como el genio de él? ¿Cómo estuvo normal? ¿Estuvo preocupado? ¿Él estuvo...?
Yo sentí diferente.
She noticed something was odd about him. ¿Cómo?
Diferente, o sea, por eso te digo que subía la escalera, entraba al cuarto de arriba, volvía a bajar. Escuché después como un taladro y yo...
¿Cómo que un taladro?
Había un taladro, como herramientas.
¿Como qué tipo de herramientas?
Vi en la mesa después un martillo. Habían 3 herramientas, no recuerdo, pero alguna de esas era un martillo.
So she noticed that there was something odd about him because of the way he was like just moving around the house, and then she saw 3 tools on the table, one of them being a hammer. ¿Qué otros?
Escuché también como algo así en la mañana y yo me pareció también extraño.
Pero eso era un sonido de una herramienta.
Como si fuese una herramienta, pero no lo vi.
So she, when she was up, she heard like a tool, like somebody using a tool.
Como algo así, como no sé.
But she never physically saw it though.
Okay. But she saw a hammer.
Pero tú viste un martillo.
Sí.
¿Qué otros herramientas vistes?
La verdad no recuerdo.
¿Algo eléctrico? ¿Algo grande? ¿Algo para...?
No, eran 3 herramientas allí en la mesa, o sea, 3 herramientas, pero de verdad no recuerdo en ese momento qué eran.
She doesn't know exactly what tools they were, pero
uno de ellos era un martillo.
But she's certain that one of them was a hammer.
Okay, were they clean, dirty?
¿Eran sucio, limpio?
No, limpio.
Clean.
Okay.
Estaba lavando ropa también.
¿Quién?
Stephan.
She says that Stephen was also washing clothes.
Él nunca lavaba ropa.
He says Stephen never washes clothes.
Does she remember what kind of clothes she was washing? What color?
¿Tú sabes los colores o qué tipo de ropa fue que estuvo lavando?
No, la verdad no, hasta ahí no llego, pues no.
No.
Did he leave after that?
¿Él se fue de la casa después de eso?
No. yo estuve acá, yo trabajaba a las 4 y yo salí de la casa como a las 3:40.
¿Y él todavía estaba aquí?
Y él estaba allí.
So she went.
Nos despedimos todo, yo me despedí de él y todo.
So she started work at 4 o'clock. She left the apartment at 3:40. He was still here. She said goodbye to him and everything.
Okay. Did he leave at any point before that?
¿Tú dijiste que él se fue del apartamento anteriormente cuando te despertaste hasta que te fuiste de la casa? ¿Él estuvo saliendo del apartamento?
Salía, pero volvía a entrar. No sé si estaba aquí mismo, no sé si él estaba acá o si salía de la residencia, porque yo no salgo a ver qué está haciendo él. ¿Sí me explico? Yo no...
Pero cuando él salió, ¿por cuánto rato él estuvo afuera?
No, unos 10 minutos, volví a entrar. No puedo decirte.
So when he was in and out, it was kind of like short distances. She doesn't know exactly where he went because she wasn't keeping an eye, but
he drove away.
¿Él manejó?
No sé.
She doesn't know.
No lo vi. Yo no estoy pendiente de qué están haciendo, pues. Como...
Yeah, she wasn't paying attention to what he was doing once he left the apartment. She just knows that he was in and out.
Did he ever talk to her? Did they ever talk?
¿Hablaron ese día? ¿El lunes?
No, solo good morning y cuando me fui goodbye.
My appointment. I finished there sometime between 11:15. Then I headed home. When I got home, Stephan was there. I had talked to him a little bit earlier while I was waiting for my blood work appointment, and he let me know, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I left my phone at home by accident. School, everything went great. She got up super early, got up really quick. She slept most of the way in the car. I asked her multiple times if she wanted McDonald's, but she said no. Because that was the plan, was that they were going to stop at McDonald's that morning to go get breakfast. He said that he had gone to the vape shop and they were closed and they didn't open. So he waited there for a while and left, and then said he was going to go back later. When I saw him at the house, everything was normal. We were chatting, we were talking, he was acting normal. He was sitting in my computer chair just messing around on his phone. While we were hanging out, he mentioned something along the lines of, "Oh man, I've been avoiding this phone update for a really long time. I should probably update it now." And I said, "Do it, don't avoid it, just get it over with." And he updates his phone and then tells me, "Oh my god, I don't know what button I just pressed, but I just factory reset my entire phone." And I said, "How the hell does that happen? That gives you options now when you reset your phone?" He goes, "Yeah, apparently I wasn't paying attention and I just pressed the button and it happened." And I said, "Oh, that's unfortunate, that sucks." Later on, he tells me he's going to go back out, and I think this is around 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Still on Monday?
Yes, still Monday. 12:30 in the afternoon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. He tells me he's going to go back out. He's going to stop at a few gaming shops. And then he'll meet me at the house at 2:30 so we can get together. He left.
30. Doing.
En la interview pasada que yo lo vi a él lavando ropa, eso me pareció muy extraño.
She said that in the prior interview she mentioned that he was washing clothing, which she found kind of strange.
Bueno, luego yo subí a mi habitación.
She went upstairs.
Me quedé allí, luego volví a bajar para preparar mi almuerzo.
Make her supper.
Él estaba acá.
He was here.
What time was that?
Como a las 2. Más o menos 1:30, 2 de la tarde.
Around 1:32 p.m.
Okay. Was Jennifer here?
Yo no la vi.
No.
Didn't see her.
Oh, didn't see her.
No la vi.
No sabes si estaba aquí.
No, no
No la
sé.
viste.
Yo no sé por qué no la vi.
Doesn't know if she didn't see her.
Y pues la verdad es que yo nunca, o sea, como privado, pues yo no abro la puerta para ver si está o no.
It's private, you know, so she didn't open the door to see
If Jennifer's here, like during the day on a normal day, is that door just like that, or is it open so Jen can come and go?
Siempre está dentro de su habitación.
Pero lo que él pregunta es en un día normal y si ella está presente, ¿la puerta se mantiene cerrada o está abierta? O...
A veces la mantiene así y a veces abierta.
Sometimes,
o sea, no
if she's here, sometimes it could be like that, or cerrada, me dices, o abierta.
Sí, o no completa, ella nunca la mantiene completamente cerrada, como algo así. Esa noche que yo llegué, la puerta estaba así cuando yo llegué en la noche. Y en la mañana, pues él abría, o sea, él abría la puerta, pero la volvía a dejar así. O sea, yo no...
Again, this is Stephan. He would open the door, go in, but he would leave it like that, and then when he come out, leave it like that as well.
Okay, is that normal, friend?
Eso es normal.
De que la puerta, no sé. Si la puerta está, siempre permanece así.
The door's always like that.
Muy poco abierta, pero a veces cambiaba. A veces podía estar abierta o a veces podía estar de ese modo, pero nunca completamente cerrada. ¿No?
Never completely closed.
Okay. How long have you lived here again?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years and a half.
All right.
2 años y medio.
I'm Madeline, but we have not found her. Last night, detectives from the Kissimmee Police Department met with Madeline's mother, and they had to tell her the very devastating news that although we have not found Madeline, we are now confident that she is dead. So our efforts will be focused on recovering Madeline. Dozens and dozens of detectives, crime analysts, and specialized team members have been working nonstop and following up on every single lead and every shred of evidence. Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off on the morning of February 26th near her school. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time and that Stephan Sterns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day. We have video evidence that shows Stephan Sterns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26th. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephan Sterns returning to the complex, and Madeline was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time. As a result of that, although the initial missing persons investigation started in Orange County, the Kissimmee Police Department will now be taking over the investigation and will become the lead agency.
I do want to note that Stephan Sterns was transported from the Orange County Jail to the Osceola County Jail, where he is being held on capital sexual battery charges filed by the Kissimmee Police detectives. Right now, our top priority is recovering Madeline. We are still appealing to our community for its help in this case. Please share this crime line bulletin on my right of Stephan Sterns. He was last seen driving a silver 2010 Lincoln MKZ. The Florida tag is IYLL82. On Monday, February 26th, between 1 and 2:30 p.m. in the area of State Road 192 and Old Hickory Tree Road, as well as Old Hickory Tree Road and Nolte Road. During this time frame, it is believed that Sterns had a flat tire and might have been seen changing the tire in this area. If anyone saw this vehicle or noticed anything suspicious, we're asking that they call Crime Line. We will continue to work tirelessly with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, the Osceola County Sheriff's Office, and St. Cloud Police Departments to bring a resolution to this case and recover Maddie. Thank you.
The house for a while. I was waiting for 2:30 to roll around. 2:30 rolls around, and I'm already calling Stephan, and he's not picking up his phone. 2:30 comes, I leave. About 10 minutes later, I get a phone call from him going, I just got back home. I left my phone home again. I'm so sorry. How long ago did you leave? And I said, about 10 minutes ago. He goes, I'm so sorry. I missed it. I really wanted to go with you. And I'm just like, it's fine. I figured he wasn't going to make it because when I looked at the time when he left and said he was going to visit 3 shops, I didn't think he had enough time to visit them. He told me while he was gone that he got a flat tire somewhere on 182. The wheel just shredded and fell apart. So he was changing the tire, and it took him a really long time to do it. He said he hurt his thumb while changing the tire, like the frame or something slipped and something pinched his finger, and he ended up having to yank it out. And he said he hurt his finger.
I want to touch on something real quick. When you were calling him, he eventually told you that he left his phone there. Did you hear the phone at the house?
No. If it was anywhere, it would have been upstairs and I wouldn't have heard it. It would have been in the guest
Do
bedroom.
you typically go upstairs?
Who, me?
Yes.
Only if I'm doing laundry.
That was all. I was just curious if you had heard the phone when you were trying to call him that day.
I didn't. So he tells me all that. I get off the phone with him. I'm waiting. I wait for about an hour and 10 minutes. 4:04, the bell rings, and I'm waiting. I'm the first in line. And she doesn't come out.
You were in your car?
I was in my car, in the car line, yeah.
Okay.
At this point, it's been a few minutes. She should have been out by now, because she's usually one of the first kids out. She knows I'm in the front line. And I'm holding up the line behind me, because there's kids getting in the cars behind and they're all waiting. They can't get around me, right? So I start calling her, forgetting that I have her phone on me. I had found her phone earlier that morning. She had left it at home. And I brought it with me because she does this often. She does leave her phone.
Where was the phone at in the house?
It was on top of the dresser in her bedroom.
Downstairs or upstairs?
You come to get her phone to go with you.
At some point in the morning, I was organizing and putting things away, and I walked into her bedroom and I saw her phone on her dresser. And I just assumed, oh, she must have left it here while getting dressed and forgot it.
Okay. Was it on?
Yes.
And sometimes when you bump or move phones, the notification screen comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Did you happen to do that, and did you see if there was any incoming notifications that she had
Dresser
missed?
in her bedroom.
Downstairs or upstairs? I've never been in your house.
Downstairs.
Okay.
So, just so you know, I have a 4-bedroom townhouse.
Okay.
The living room has a partition in it, a fake wall kind of thing. That's got her bedroom in it. That's got a bed, a dresser, and a desk on it. Does she sleep there? No. She'll hang out there. She'll use her computer and hang out there. That's her hangout spot. But she primarily sleeps with me every night in my bed. That's because I know the roommates wake up super early in the morning. They're going to be in the kitchen. They're going to wake her up if she's sleeping out in the living room. So I don't.
So your bedroom downstairs, her makeshift bedroom downstairs, guest bedroom upstairs.
Yes.
Got it.
Her phone was on her dresser. When I found it, I was like, oh my god, she's left her phone again. That's great. I brought it with me to the school because I was just going to yell at her and then just hand it to her so she could have something to do on our way home. 4:10 rolls around and she's still not out, or 4:09, and then at this point I'm feeling the pressure from the cars behind me. I'm like, okay, they're all full, they're all waiting for me to leave and she's not here yet. So I take off and I'm thinking, maybe I missed her, maybe I forgot to tell her I was picking her up from school today, because I don't know if she knew that I wasn't working. I don't know if she knew if I was off. So I asked, I don't know if I told her that I was going to get her. So I left thinking maybe she walked, that's pretty close to school. If I can't pick her up at school, that's where I tell her to. I drove the path she would have walked. I didn't see her. I got to the office. She goes, no, it's a little too early. And I said, okay. Let me go drive back down and wait along the path she would walk and just wait. And I parked and I waited. I waited, I'm not sure how long I waited. Maybe somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes. She still wasn't there, and I looked at the time and I'm like, okay, she should be back at my mom's office by now. Maybe she took a different path and I didn't see. So I went, no, she's still not here. And I'm like, that's really strange. So I call, I don't know if I text her, I call. I think I text her. And I asked, hey, or I called her. I asked, and she said, no, she didn't make it to first or second period. And I said, what do you mean? She was dropped off close to the school. She should have been in school. She goes, no, she didn't make it to first, second period. I said, please check with the rest of your friends, see if she made it to any of her other periods. At some point in this, I emailed one of her teachers asking, actually emailed a few of her teachers and 2 of them responded. One of them said, no, she did not make it to class, and I checked her attendance for the rest of the day. She wasn't in school at all. Like, he sent me a screenshot of like her attendance and it said 0, 0, 0.
You still have that on the phone?
Yes.
Okay.
If you need to know what app, I'll tell you what app. It's a special school app.
Got it.
He said she was missing all day. And at this point, I start to panic and freak out because that can't be the case. She was dropped off. I had to go check her attendance at school, but the office had closed already. The lights were off. I could see a student sitting in there in the darkness, but I couldn't see any of the administrators or anybody in the office. Lights were off, everything was closed. They wouldn't allow me in. I think at this point the teacher had responded to me and told me she didn't make it to school at all. I start having like a freak out panic attack. And
are you still just you at this point? Is it you and Stephan?
It's me and my sister. And I want to say one of them is Catherine. I start panicking and I think at this point I call Stephan and I tell him, hey, because she didn't make it. She's absent today. There's no attendance of her at all today. I'm like, right now. And he said, okay, I'll be there. And he came to the office and there for like 3 hours, I think. Eventually I contact one of my friends whose husband works, or ex-husband works for OCP, or for you guys.
Orange County Sheriff's Office?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I messaged him and I talked to him and I asked him what I should be doing because you guys aren't responding quick enough.
Would you know his name? Where he works?
Yes. Nick.
Know what he does here?
I think he works for SWAT.
Okay.
Sure.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
He tell you to wait?
I can't remember anymore. I think he let us know that there were other kids missing in the area, which is why you guys weren't responding quick enough. I think an 8 and a 9-year-old had gone missing around the same time too. In a playground, they forgot to tell. They didn't tell their mom they were going to the playground or something like that. So all the cops were over there on that side of Hunters Creek. My sister's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, whatever he is, thought it would be a good idea to go to the park and talk to a cop there and see if he could bring a cop back, and that's what he did.
Okay.
And then at that point, that's when the cops started asking us questions, taking a report. interviewing me. They interviewed Stephan. They asked Stephan to take them back to the location where he dropped them off, and he showed them wherever he dropped her off. They were looking for cameras along the path, and I don't think they found any cameras along the way to see if there was any video recordings. I think.
Did Stephan go with them in their patrol cars, or did he drive himself when they followed? How did that work?
I think he went with them in the patrol car.
Okay.
Then they came back. And then that's it. Everything was done. The cops were done. We were done.
What time? You remember what time that was on Monday?
It was after dark. It was like 8 o'clock.
What did you guys go do after that?
We were in separate cars, me and Stephan.
Okay.
I ugly cried on the way home. I shouldn't have been driving. But I ugly cried on the way home, and I went straight home. And then the first thing I did was call Fox 35 News to see if we can like air some missing children information out there.
When you say ugly cry, just overly emotional tears, makeup running, or is there like what is your meaning of ugly crying?
Sobbing where I couldn't see the road, and I shouldn't have been driving, like I was swerving.
Makes sense. Did Fox 35 come out to your house, or what was their response?
They responded the following day. I think we did a Zoom video interview.
Did Stephan follow you home?
I don't know if he followed me, but he drove home, yeah.
I mean, was it within a reasonable time when you got there? Like,
yes.
okay.
Drove home. We waited there. We didn't know what to do. I stayed up late. I think I called Fox 35. What else did I do? I think I had to eventually eat and take my medication. He told me he was going to go out cruising that night to go look for her. And I said, I even questioned that. I asked him, are you sure it's a good idea? You should probably sit tight. Let's just wait to see if she comes home. And he said he was going to take a drive out. I had completely forgotten about him wanting to take the drive, or that he actually did it. And it wasn't confirmed to me until the following day, where agents came to the house and we sat in the car for a good amount of time, and I noticed the chair was adjusted. And I said, did you drive my car? And he said, yeah, remember I said I was going out last night to... That's right, you did say that.
Can he tell you where he looked?
I think he said up and down 192, and I said, why there? And he's like, I don't know, I'm just looking. I was just trying to look anywhere. And I'm just like, okay.
Did he say if he found anything or talked to anybody, or just roamed?
Yeah, roamed.
When you were getting ready for bed, you were tired, emotional. Were you falling asleep when he left, or were you already asleep when he left?
I was already asleep when he left.
Okay. Did you sleep downstairs? Yeah. In your bedroom?
Yes.
When you woke up, was he already awake, or was he still sleeping?
He was asleep in his bedroom upstairs.
The guest bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you take your medication that night?
I did.
What did you guys do Tuesday? Or just you? You guys, if you're not together, you're not together. What's the timeline on Tuesday?
Tuesday, he slept. I woke up early and started making phone calls to like the National Hotline for Missing and Exploited Children. I called the number that the sheriff's office had given me to see if they had any information, and they let me know that she was like the what did she say she was? I don't remember what she said her position was, but she had just gotten into the office and was just starting to work on it, so she didn't have anything new for me. Her name was Bonnie Mitchell, I remember that. She asked me to send her some photos. The National Exploited Children's Hotline Place asked me for photos as well. I think at this point, I had asked my friends and family to start contacting news outlets to try to get as much attention on this as possible. I had a lot of phone calls coming in, and I was picking all of them up, hoping that any of them could help me. But it ended up being news reporters or people who had seen my phone on the my phone number on a flyer and was trying to give me suggestions. Somebody letting me know that they took flyers all the way to Orlando International Airport and posted them all over the place in case she was being trafficked. They suggested that I go to Amtrak and Greyhound. I had my sister making all these runs for me. I didn't leave the house to do any of this.
Stephan's still asleep.
Yeah. Eventually, reporters come to the house and do an interview. And at this point, Stephan was awake. I did an interview with them, and then Stephan was crying in the background, and I said, Stephan, do you want to do the interview?
IFERSOTO.
Mother.
Mother.
Jennifer, tell me how you feeling right now.
I feel like I can't breathe. All I keep thinking about is, where is she? Is she safe? Is she okay? But we're all a wreck. My entire family is a mess. We're just so worried. But she actually went missing early that morning, around between 8:45 and 9 o'clock in the morning. She went missing. We had dropped her off close to the school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way. Sorry. That should be it. Sorry about that. We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to share.
You share whatever you...
We spoke about her birthday party. She had a birthday party on Sunday. She had a great time. I couldn't make it because I was working. But she had an amazing time. She was so happy with all her gifts. I told her good night, and yeah, that was it. I wasn't the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner. But yeah.
13?
She's 13 years old, yes.
13, Madeline?
Madeline.
Madeline. What are you thinking right now?
In my heart, I feel like somebody took her. This isn't like her to just pick up and run away, or just not go to school. I don't know what to think.
Okay. What was she wearing?
She was last seen wearing a green hoodie, black shorts, white Crocs, a black JanSport backpack with gray hibiscus flowers on it. That's about it.
And you said this is not like her?
Not at all.
To run away, an argument, anything like that to provoke her?
She's never done anything like this, no. And we haven't had any arguments recently to have this outcome.
What school?
Hunters Creek Middle School.
Tom, any questions?
No.
Is there anything that you think our viewers would need to know about the way you're feeling, the way the family's feeling, Madeline?
We are desperate for any answers, anything that you could do to help. I'm here for it. Just please, if you see my daughter, just please bring her home. I just hope you're okay, Maddie. I hope you're safe. I hope you're not hurt. I just hope she's okay.
You can if you want. I mean, you sat in front of the camera and did an interview where you cried.
Do you know which news outlet that was with? I know there's a video on Fox 35 where
With
you
him
guys
sitting-
appeared to be on like a webcam.
Yeah, that was Zoom. He was sitting in the
Zoom.
background for me.
Okay.
I know
but
that
you
one.
had in-person interviews with reporters?
Yes.
You,
I want to say it was Channel 9.
okay.
Stephan Sterns, Stephan Sterns.
Alright, so Stephan, you seem very emotional right now. Explain to us.
I dropped her off. Everything looked fine when I drove away. It's the last time we saw her. We don't know where she can be, and we're scared. We just want her home.
Are you, in a sense, blaming yourself?
It's hard not to.
Why?
I dropped her off early. I could have waited longer. She looked okay. She was walking towards the school when I saw her. It was like any other day, so I went on with my day. It's hard not to blame myself.
What is the
reality keeps hitting? We don't know where she is. We don't know if she's safe. We're just scared. We just want her home.
Have you, like, literally put boots on the ground, went out?
Yeah, I even went out with the cops where I had dropped her off. And we looked all up and down the road, all along the communities, and there was nothing helpful. None of the cameras were pointing the street. Nothing, which in 2024 was surprising. The church across the street had some cameras, and they mentioned seeing her waiting around in the parking lot for a while before moving on, and that was it. But it was grainy. It was grainy footage, and not much else.
Does it seem
she
like
had a happy weekend. She just turned 13. She had her 13th birthday party. She was happy that we were all together here, and she's just very happy. She was a happy kid. She's very sweet. She's a very sweet girl. She brings a lot of joy to us, and we just not knowing.
So the unknown is killing you.
Yeah, it's like our whole world is upside down. And not feeling her presence here is... Sorry. It's hard.
Oh no, you're fine. Don't need to apologize. What do you want our viewers to know when they see this?
She's a sweetheart. She's a very sweet, kind girl. Just please be nice to her. Bring her home if you find her. Tell her that we love her. Wherever she is, I hope she's okay. Yeah, she's a good kid. She's a good kid.
If you can sum up in one complete sentence, waking up, getting ready to drop her off at school, dropping her off at school, to now speaking to me after talking to the police about her being missing for over 24 hours right now. In one complete sentence, what would that be?
A living nightmare. It's a living nightmare. They started off like any other. And I just want to wake up. You just get hit with waves of the reality. Just it's setting in. soon as it got dark last night, we started falling apart because we knew it wasn't going to come to an end. And now we're going on 24 hours and still nothing. Just conflicting reports here and there. People say they see this or that. None of it's conclusive and none of it's helpful. We just want our baby girl back.
Yeah, Channel 9.
And he spoke to them?
Yes.
Okay.
And he ugly cried in front of the camera too, so he was fucking fake sob crying.
Are you saying that now, or do you?
I'm saying that now. I didn't think that at the time. At the time, I thought he was truly heartbroken and not that he had done all this shit to her. Like, I look back at shit now, I'm just like, he was fucking lying. He was fucking faking. What else has he been lying to me about? I know he's like a master liar and manipulator because he's done it to his parents, and he's told me and shown me the lies he's done to his parents. But I don't know why I never thought, not me.
The lies are about money, they're about where he's at, what he's doing, what's he...
Yeah, all that.
To his parents?
Yeah, he's stolen money from his parents. They used to have a few $1,000s hidden in like a closet for emergency fund kind of thing. And during COVID, he stole, like, he wanted RC cars. See, if he wants something, he's gonna get it. No matter what. So he wanted RC vehicles, they're remote control cars, fancy ones. They were a few $100s, and I'm poor. I know I can't afford it, and he's showing up at home with these things. And I asked him, "Where are you getting the money from? Because we don't have this money." He goes, "Oh, my dad." And I said, "Your dad gave you money?" He goes, "No, I took some from his closet." And I was like they have an emergency stash? And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, he's gonna notice money's missing. And he's like, "No, he won't. It's so much money in there, he won't notice at all." I've confirmed with Chris later on that he did notice money, but he never asked his son. But I let him know, yeah, he was robbing you. And
So you watched his interview that he gave to the news, right?
Yeah.
Because you said that was roughly what he told you on the phone.
Yeah.
How did that? What was his reaction like to you? Did it seem genuine? Did it seem?
You know, it was very difficult to tell when he was. I could never tell if he was lying to me or not. I mean, it was very difficult. I just, at one point, I just said, you know what? If his lips are moving, he's lying, and I'll never get the truth out of him, and there's no way of breaking him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're missing a Rolex. You know, where did that go?
My father's Rolex.
So, you know, he would never fess up to that. And again, where did all this money come from? Where's his Omega watch? You know, so I'm assuming where all this money was coming from is that maybe he sold off his Omega and maybe sold off the Rolex, which I find shocking. He would sell that Rolex first before he would sell his Omega, because that's how much he cherished that watch. He inherited some money and immediately went out and spent $7,000 on a watch like he really needed to. You know, so I have no idea where that was. But he was very impulsive. He couldn't wait. You know, if he wanted something somehow, some way, he got it.
Do you guys have ties to St. Cloud?
No.
We did what?
St. Cloud. No,
St.
we
Cloud.
have no ties to St.
No
Cloud.
ties to St. Cloud.
Yeah.
Any reason why he would have went there?
And just buying himself toys. He's also lied. Most recently, he lied to his parents about where he would be. He told them he would be at his friend's house playing video or board games or something like that, but in reality, he came all the way to Kissimmee to hang out with us.
Okay. But you guys were together Wednesday? After all the interviews, did he stay Wednesday? Would you? I know
Yes.
we had some detectives go meet you guys Wednesday, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Were you guys in the house together until the detectives came?
Yes.
What kind of happened after the detectives came?
See, I feel like everything starts to get blurry.
Oh, I get it. Trust me. We've been in this
just because-
office for like 3 days straight.
Yeah, so I just don't remember what day I had conversation with you guys.
Tuesday night, Orange County detectives came out there, because I ended up coming out Tuesday night.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember seeing me or not that night.
Okay.
That was the first night we were at the apartment into the nighttime.
Yeah, is that when you guys shut down the house for forensics?
Yes.
Okay. So
Tell us about that.
Okay. So earlier that day, I think Detective Hunt came, or somebody came, and asked Stephan for his cell phone. If he would willingly give it up so that they can look at it, or if they would need a warrant. And I remember him saying, should I have asked a warrant? Should I have... And I'm like, no, if you've got nothing to hide, give him your fucking phone. And I think we hung out in the house for a little bit, and then when you guys came in the evening, and you guys told us to wait outside, and we waited in my car, he started getting very anxious and very panicky, going, I want my phone back. I want my phone back. And I said, listen, at this point, it's their phone. It's theirs for fucking ever. I don't give a shit. We will buy you a new phone. It doesn't matter anymore. Whatever they need, they need. Like, let them look at it. And he's like, I just want my phone back. And I'm just like, are you trying to make yourself more suspicious? Because, like, if you were to go demand your phone back right now, that would look suspicious as fuck. Like, what are you doing? I'm thinking he's just getting impatient because he's bored and wants to play on his phone. And at one point, he takes my phone to start playing with it. I give it up, and I said, here, play on my phone. Have fun. Because I think from my phone, he was trying to log into his emails, but he couldn't. Because you need like 2-factor authentication from your own phone. And I'm just like, what are you trying to look at? And he's like, oh, my shipments, my packages. He's addicted to buying shit. That's another thing. Me and his dad couldn't figure out where Stephan was getting money from to buy stuff since he's been unemployed the last 2 months, but he's constantly buying himself packages. Buying himself things off of Amazon, buying himself things off the line.
Is this stuff you can confirm, or you think he's doing this?
What?
Buying packages.
I can confirm because I am linked to his Amazon account.
Okay.
And his parents can confirm whatever UPS packages or whatever he's getting at home. But I'm linked to his Amazon account. If you guys have my phone, you'll see whatever shipment. I think most recently I did like birthday party. If you see birthday party stuff, that was
okay. He wasn't. I brought him back in December because I was supporting him living there, and I didn't know that I was supporting the whole family. Mm-hmm. Again, Stephan's great at omitting information and not being transparent with me. And I just reached a point. I said, I can't afford to have you working for Disney. Mm-hmm. And there's always a deficit in his budget for one reason or another, but somehow he had expensive toys and what have you, and where the money came for that, he didn't even after he arrived here. Packages were arriving. I said, well, I'm not giving him any money. Where the hell is it? Stephan, it's money I saved, and I'm sitting here going, BOHICA. You know what BOHICA is? It's an acronym. Bend over here, comes again. Mm-hmm. And, he called me up and said, well, I'm short of funds. Can you, Zelle me $150, send him that. But meanwhile, now he's telling me he's got money in savings, which I didn't believe. Mm-hmm. So where the money was coming from, I have no idea. But these packages just kept arriving.
When you would support him, how would you get him money?
I sell it.
Okay.
And I paid him, Juan charged Jen rent, and then in November of 2022, the reason why I know that because I looked it up the other day. I said, how far back have I been paying rent there? But he started charging Stephan rent even though he was sharing a room with Jen. Mm-hmm. And then they decided that they weren't going to be in a relationship anymore, and he took over a full room, and now I had to pay $600. And so this just kept escalating. He wasn't taking care of his car. I was waiting for that shoe to drop. So finally I said, I can't afford you to live there anymore, and I moved him back here. Mm-hmm. And I thought, we had hoped that the year that he had spent at Disney, that he had matured and was now, accepting responsibility and had a disciplined routine, and that I could bring him back here and help him maybe develop into something with a better career path than working for Disney forever and not getting anywhere, because at $30,000 a year he couldn't support himself if he wanted to live on his own.
Right.
And that turned out to be a huge disappointment, because he fell right back into his same MO. Locked himself in his room, wouldn't help us around the house, and we were like on eggshells, because when he was here, it was always tension because of his sleep disorder, and the dogs obviously are not the quietest things in the world.
Right.
And they have their routine, we have our routine, so we let them out in the evening and it's chaos with them. We let them out in the morning, it's chaos, but for the most of the time, they're at feeding time, they're quiet, But again, that would disturb him, and didn't want to cause a flare up with them.
So when it would disturb him with the dogs, was that during the daytime, or was him trying to sleep at night?
Oh, it could be any time.
Oh, okay.
If anybody comes to the door, get a package, a rat farts in the yard, doesn't matter, they hear it.
So if he's sleeping during the day and we're doing our daily routine, there's going to be disruption. If I come in the house, they're going to, hey, I'm home. They'd be a lot of barking.
Right.
So, but I would just hope that he was soundly sleeping, and that he would just sleep through it. But occasionally you would.
But everything else, him. He's constantly buying stuff, and he doesn't have money. He keeps saying he's got money in his savings, but me and his dad call bullshit, because he hasn't had. When he lived with us, he was struggling. His dad was helping him pay his bills, paying his rent, paying his gas, paying his insurance. Stephan was helping us, supporting us by buying food and all that stuff. But I don't know what he did with the rest of his money, and I don't know where he's getting money from now.
Okay. You were telling us that he was trying to log into his emails.
So he's trying to log into his emails on his phone, and I said, two-factor authentication, you can't do anything. You're just gonna have to wait till you get your phone back. What else? We waited in the car. I think at this point, when I noticed that forensics was locking down the house and you guys said we couldn't come back, I told him to call his dad, because I had a feeling y'all knew something and it was going to come down on him. And I'm just like, they're focusing on the wrong person. They have the wrong person. In my head, I'm convinced you guys were that you had the wrong person. I wanted to think that he was good.
Before we get ahead of that, what is the conversation like between you two when you're in the car? Because y'all were in there for a good while we were trying to figure things out at your apartment complex or your condo. What's the conversation like inside that car?
When you pass this guy, you come down to the set of officers. You see officers hanging out there.
No, there was no officers there.
When did you find this search? Oh, so Wednesday is the one when you saw.
Wednesday morning. No, it had to been when you guys were doing your search on Friday, because I had my son with me.
Mm-hmm.
I get my son on the weekends, so I had my son with me, and I want to say Friday morning is when I saw the post about the car and the picture of him, and that's when my heart sunk and I realized who it was. So when I called Crime Line, they hung up on me, told me too vague. I put my son inside the car seat, and then my friend lives right over on the corner from me, so I picked him up to come with me to go take pictures. And so I would say Friday. I have timestamps on my phone, says 3:45, 3:46.
Okay.
And then when I came back through is when I gave the photos.
Okay. So
where exactly this is at? They're like, is it before Deer Run? Is it before Nolte? And I'm like, way after.
And you knew that because you're familiar with that area.
Yeah. I grew up in this area, and I've been going back and forth now. I've been doing work in Harmony for the past 3 to 4 years, mowing grass.
And I'm pretty sure Donna told me she already had the pictures and she was going to do what they do with them, but just so I have a record of them as well.
I got a couple questions.
Yeah.
Thomas, when you were When you were driving by him, I know you said you slowed down a little bit.
Yes, sir.
It didn't come to a complete stop?
No, sir. There was no sense to. I did have the thought in my head about asking him if he needed help changing his tire, but there was no other spare tire, there was no jack, he just had the tire iron, and plus the new tire was on the car, so I'm like, man's got it. And
how would you describe the way he looked? Did he look flustered, normal?
More, it had this scared face to him, like it was just, and you know, like the eyes just more like a sadness to his eyes, you know. So like I said, nothing about it made it seem off to me, you know. Just passing him, he seemed like somebody that just broke down, you know. So but then after later remembering everything, I'm like, no, he didn't even have spare tire, no jack, no car stand, like little car stands to be able to put the car down, anything like that. So that got me too. So now it kind of just replays that she might have been in that trunk as I pass, and it also replays that she was right behind me when I'm taking the photos of the storage container, saying he was parked right here.